But you can go beyond just studying the typical characteristics. You can also be introducing some treatments and with the aim of seeing how the characteristics manifest themselves with the particular treatment. Just like the same example of use a rare disease, and you are trying to study what this disease is by looking at the way it manifests itself, looking at the symptoms and all those things. The medical doctor can say, if I gave this patient this medication, is that medication going to help him recover from this disease? Now he's introducing some treatment. So now it will be a simple subject, experiment. Are we making sense? It could also be a situation where there is a particular community which is very specific. You know that this community is different from all other communities. But what is it that is making this community different? So you want to study that specific community. Now we are not talking about one person, but it is a case. Then we can also talk about case studies. And in most cases, when you are talking about case studies, the issue is not being able to compare that community with another community, but being able to describe what is occurring in that community, in that case. Making sense? All these are descriptive studies. What if I was realizing for some of my descriptive studies, I didn't want to bring that in that thing, so one and said. So if you just say, I'm going to conduct a descriptive study, what type of descriptive study are you talking about? Any questions so far? If not, maybe we can stretch our legs a little bit. 5 minutes? Yes. 10 but not 7. the nature of this disease in more detail. So that if it occurs again in another patient, people should already know what kind of symptoms to look for, what kind of things to expect in this type of disease. So you look at depth, describe what you are seeing in more detail. And that's one strength of case study. On the other hand, the major challenge of case study is the winning. As you were talking the other time, we said that when you, we were not talking about it, but we should talk about it. But I think I've mentioned it. When you are studying a particular aspect, sometimes you worry about the differences being caused by chance. And it's not wrong about talking about the cross-sectional study versus longitudinal study. So we're saying that if you have a poor sample in a longitudinal study, that's it. You can't tell it. But in a cross-sectional study, instead of picking one class and studying it for a long time, you would pick several classes in each age group and study those classes. For example, if you are studying grade 1 students versus grade 4 students versus grade 7, grade 8, one way of dealing with the problem of chance is to pick several classes. So in grade 1, instead of just picking grade 1 at Bambino, you may decide grade 1 at Bambino, grade 1 at the Lilongwe Academy, grade 1 at Cherab, grade 1 at the Chimutu, and also several of them. The idea being that if grade 1 at Bambino is different from other grade 1, you are likely to find the other grade 1 elsewhere who cancel those differences with Bambino. Let's say Bambino, grade 1s are extremely painful students. But as you pick these other schools, you are also going to find another grade 1 which is very poor. So the chances are that when you combine these grade 1s, you average the hours and you become more representative to all grade 1s you have. Okay? Which you cannot do when you are dealing with one class. Because that class would be an outlier and it's an outlier. You can't change it. So, in case studies, the major challenge is that of not being able to widen the substance so that you can look at an average performance in the population. Like this medical example is a very good case. If this particular disease, if there is one person suffering from this disease, you have no choice. There is only that particular person suffering. That person may have been different from the other people. So when you find results from that person, you cannot generalize from those results to say that all the other people, when they suffer from this disease, this is how they will manifest. You have just learned from that particular case. So you just describe the particular case in detail, but you cannot go wide. Okay? Difference between depth and width in studying. The more samples you use, the more subjects in a sample you use, the wider. The fewer, you cannot go about the wide width. But then the more detail you study a particular aspect, that's it. And usually this is true, actually, the question really acting in different directions. When you have more subjects to deal with, usually don't have time to study this in detail. But you can say, this particular aspect manifests itself in this way in the population. If you have fewer subjects, then you have more time to look at those subjects and you can study the aspects in more detail. But then you cannot say that what I found in this subject is true for all other subjects. Are you together? So that's one strength of case study, one of things case study. The depth is a strength, with it is a weakness. But because of that depth, you are able to study, you can bring out more basic insights of human behavior, of the phenomena you are investigating, much more clearly. Another weakness may relate to you as an investigator. The sort of bias that you can bring in a study. The fact that you are studying this case in detail can influence the way you analyze, the way you assess, and the way you interpret your analysis. And unfortunately, there will be no opportunity to compare your analysis with the other people's analysis of that particular case, because you are the only one studying, and you only have that one case. So, you as a researcher, you also have to guard against your own preconceived opinions. Be in the study as the objective as possible and not be subjective. The example of the medical doctor studying this particular rare case is a headspace on earth. Maybe as he is studying, he might also be looking at the health habits of the particular case, of the particular community, and allows those health habits to influence his interpretation of what is observing. They're not supposed to do that. Okay? So you as a researcher, as a scientist, may have your own biases which can influence the result, which you must guard against in conducting these types of studies. So as I said, single subject experiments are very similar to the case studies. The only difference is that in the single subject experiment, you introduce some treatment and you want to assess how the candidate or the subject responds to those treatments. we want to assess how the phenomena changes as a result of the treatment. We had I think some 2 years ago, an example of a rare disease which occurred in Manza, district, opposite of typhoid. But the way it manifested itself, it confused the doctor. What is this disease that people are suffering from? And they will be the time to investigate what will be the causes, what are the symptoms, and in addition to that, when we're looking at the causes and the symptoms, we're doing case studies. But in the process, we will also bring in some treatment to the patient to see how the patient will respond to the treatment. And at that point, we were doing single subject experiments. Okay? Any questions about case study, single subject experiments, trend analysis, documentary analysis, follow-up studies, developmental studies, longitudinal studies in developmental studies, cross-sectional studies in developmental studies, survey. We happy? Yeah? I thought somebody was complaining that it's not correct to say the same way. When you eat once, this is the good time to complain. When we break, somebody asks me a question. You say, what is the difference between independent variable and dependent variable? So I said, I'm not going to answer that because I have created professors in this time. They can teach. What is the difference between independent and independent variable? I don't know. You will desire in your position. My position is not attractive to you. Fight for it. Today I'm throwing it over to you. In research, we say our major interest is to look at how variables influence other variables. For example, ability to achieve in mathematics is a variable. You can be low achiever, high achiever, low IQ, high IQ, very high IQ. So because there is that variance occurring in it, it's a variable. But that variance is influenced by something. Teaching is one of the variables which will influence somebody's IQ level. The way somebody is teaching, the way somebody is presenting the material can make a student perform high or perform low. So in this case, teaching is a variable which is influencing achievement. So since teaching is influencing achievement, achievement is actually depending on teaching. So achievement will be a dependent variable being influenced by teaching, which is an independent variable. So, an independent variable is a variable which the researcher can manipulate, can change. And based on the changes he's making on the independent variable, he will be observing how the dependent variable is changing as a result of these changes. And you have to introduce this. So the independent variable is the one the researcher plays around with. And the dependent variable is the variable which the researcher observes the effects of changing this variable from that variable. I hope we are okay. Of course, don't worry about it because not very long from now I'm going to talk about this in more detail. The other type of disciplinary studies, which are also commonly done, is the ethnography. Ethnography or anthropological field studies. These are studies as the name anthropological. They are very common by anthropologists. Some of you, of course, might end up doing similar things, maybe not now, but later in life. Like those in social studies, community development, become the interest to you later on. These are studies whereby a researcher goes into a community and conducts observations continuously in that community to describe how phenomena occurring in that community manifest itself. So, as a researcher, will be going into a community with a set of questions as to what he wants to observe about the particular phenomena and how to document that particular phenomena. Let me take an example of Bulletin food. Now, for my colleague, let me describe it a little bit. It's a cultural thing which occurs among the Chewa people where they put on masks but associated with some beliefs they have. We can conduct dances in those masks and the right, with several beliefs associated with it. And as a tradition, the people who come from that culture will tend to be discreet in terms of describing certain things which happen in that cultural aspect. Like that, if you are coming from a different tribe, you cannot expect to be able to describe that cultural aspect very easily because there are certain things which are done hidden by people for the particular group. And we have similar situations. In Yao, you have Jando, for example, which is also another cultural activity which is done there, but they also make it take place. So if you are not from that group, you will not just say, when we are in that thing, this is what we do. There are certain things which are hidden. But you as a scientist might want to learn about such a cultural thing and describe it. As you know very well that if I just go as Masangano, go to Kasia and start asking people about this cultural aspect, they will not tell me. It's a hidden thing. But you can go and study the same thing. By just going there, start listening to those people, make yourself like a member there, and even go to the extent of marrying in the village, until everybody believes that you are part and parcel of them. And when they are doing their cultural activities, you document without them knowing that you are documenting what is happening. But for you to be able to learn that thing very well, you require to stay there long until the people feel that you are part and parcel of them. The things which they do, you participate in doing those things, and then you say, "How that will do." When somebody says, "What do you do?" He's a friend whose marriage is across the river. The people think, be free and start revealing what we do in our culture without problems because we are one and the same people. Please, it's not that. So it's designed to study cultural aspects which occur in societies without making the community get worried or concerned about revealing their secrets. The community should trust you, believe that you are part of them, whilst you are actually getting a lot of things from them. I have a suspicion, for example, have you ever heard about this Catholic bishop in the lower part of the this nation? But there's a bishop by the name of Chisari. He calls himself Chisari, but he's a white, he's not a Chisari actually. But you should go into that community today and say, Chisari, everybody will talk about it. That guy, although I don't know, but I'm sure that guy, his interest is write books about what those people in that area do. But those things, you will not get them just by going and conducting a survey. People will not debate. Trend analysis, you will not even find the documents. But document analysis, you will not even find the documents to study those things. They are hidden things. But he has made himself part and parcel of it. Although he knows that I'm a white, but he can stay with the village leaders, and those village leaders feel very comfortable with him. He is making observations and talking to someone. And that is ethnography. And you can imagine how long he has stayed to reach a level that is accepted by the community until the community doesn't even mind when they are doing things. They just think, we are one and the same people. So that's ethnography. It can be done in two ways: participant observation and non-participant observation. Of course, I will put that in color. Continuous observation is a major characteristic of this study approach. You will recording gadget, if you can be able to hide cameras when events are occurring, and those cameras are documenting everything. At the end of a cultural thing, you will go back to your office, you will go back to your home, and start analyzing all the things which were captured by that camera, all the things which were captured by that tape and live in that study. For people to accept you more easily, it's much easier when you participate with your doing, in whatever they are doing. So like this is very wonderful culture. For people to take you to be part and parcel of them, you've got to go to their home events, participate, implement knowledge. When you are going through that, it was implementation. And when you are doing that, then it is called participant observation. If you go into the community, sometimes you find women found in a group, and you go and join them. Let's say you are a lady, you join them, be founding together with them, and there will be so many stories they are talking about. Some of those stories are things they will not talk about if they were cautious that the effects of this not part and parcel of that. But because you are participating, the things will start coming out natural and will be documented. When you are participating in that activity and observing, there is participant observation. But you will also go in the community and they are found there, women are in the talking, chatting, and they are just sitting somewhere and observing what is happening there and documenting. Then that is non-participant observation. Questions? Most of the books you read from anthropology, sociology, you will normally come from study of this nature.
I should say that the only difference between study and ethnography is the kind of information that you're trying to get. You mentioned about study as being a district where you specify what kind of study you look at that.
Yes, and the major difference lies in the objective of this study. Case studies will be conducted based on the something which has occurred in a particular community and you want to study that as a particular case. Ethnography is aimed at studying cultural differences, issues of culture. So it doesn't limit itself on a specific issue as you do in a case. For example, I was giving the example of medical situation, a rare disease. So the rare disease, a particular disease, you want to study.
So when conducting an ethnography, you can also select a particular card that you want to study, or it can be a broader thing that can take the whole culture to Malawi.
No, it will be broad, yes. Like my example, Plewaku, which is a cultural thing which occurs among Chewa. And you know how many Chewas are in the country. Right? There are some people in the southern region, in Chihuahua, they will call themselves Nyanja, Manganja, but you find some cultural things. Here in the central region, you go all the way from Jetlan up to Kasumu, Chinch, The only thing is that when you are studying it, you may not have to go into all those places. You pick a particular TP4 group. But you know that whatever you are studying in that group is representing the whole. Like my example for Achisari, he's studying it in the data, but most of the things when he studies them, you find that out. Somebody from Kasum says, this is what we do. Somebody from Chin says, this is what we do.
So there's a element of discrepancy in
Oh yeah.
Because we are talking about selecting a particular topic that you want to learn. When we are talking about this study, somebody must be interested in a particular variable rather than the whole story. Whereas in photography, it's more like we're talking about touch.
Yeah.
So you have no touch, but you can identify what touch you want to start that. So I would say, you did have the element of discrete acid, like the case study, like specification of what you like.
I don't understand how you are using the word discrete acid. What you mean?
Like you specify something that you understand.
You have to be specific. You hear about witchcraft as an indication of things which happens in society, right? And it is a discrete thing, yeah? You can't go to somebody who is wrong as a witch and ask him, somebody do these things that expect that you tell you, yeah, I have to get that. And it's started. But then you can be part of a witch here in the Roman, studying in the Roman. When you know that in Manchester they are witches, they are able to do the same thing. In Canada they are witches, they also do the same thing. Sometimes from the stories you hear, sometimes they will have a friend which will teach people from Canada to keep back. Together they go. As if they are coming from the same community, but still they're community. So even if you are in the yoga, you study in the yoga, you learn from what happens in Chile. Yeah. But the major issue is you are studying a cultural aspect. You see, interested in culture. Because culture is different. If you go to Tanzania, you find different cultural behavior from those in Malawi. In Malawi, if you go to Karonga, there are certain cultural aspects which are prevalent there, which may not be prevalent in the world. You go to Sanje, there will be some cultural aspects which are prevalent there, which you may not find in Blanca. So you pick those cultural aspects and you want to study it. I don't know whether I've answered the question. You might think it is his concern when it is the concern of I can see the way next time when we meet, we will talk about historical research as we are moving away and away from method, which this is not the type of research, but it is a methodology of collecting data, which are quite differences with the normal methodologies, and I thought I should mention about it here. And from there, we're going to present the research. If there are no questions, we can wait a day. When you go back to the class,
in a particular area. And then we help people to obstruct our tools. Like for example, we want to develop some questionnaire with the work that minister to document the whatever is in that. Before you go and administer that questionnaire to that community, usually it is recommended that you take a so-called questionnaire to a different community and to key people, not agenda, maybe 5-8 people, which will be able to assess whether when you ask a question, the responses you are getting there are the responses you are expecting to get when you are collecting the answers. Because you will ask a question to someone thinking that this question is asking about clarity. But when the person hears the question, you might be hearing it differently, getting different, giving different information. So when you test it in another community, you are able to get good. Whether people understand your question, or they don't understand it, whether people feel comfortable to respond to those, there are some questions which are sensitive to them. Asking about issues which people don't like, talking about no. So you test them in the community to see this sensitive or this sort of question and the like. When you're doing that, before they start, for instance, you start start. And when they are conducting that pilot study, apart from assessing the questionnaire, you could be also assessing other things. For example, you should talk about validity. We will also be checking whether the questions that come up are they the right questions. Reliability. If you went to that community today and ask the questions to the people today, and if you went there again tomorrow, ask the same question, and the response is going to be the same, that the question is reliability. As well as suitability, we can also be testing people comfortable with respond, and the like. So, pilot testing. You need to test the tool in the community which is not part of also the test community. If, for example, you are using